Hi, I'm JD, and we're looking at PlateUp salad automation. Let's jump right in and look at the full thing. All types of salad automated. And here it is. To start off, we need to plate lettuce, otherwise we can't combine any more ingredients. So that's the heart of our operation here. We have a smart grabber to make sure only plated lettuce comes out. That also teleports to 2 more locations, but we'll get to that in a second. Next, we're going to deal with the single toppings. So we have onions on the lettuce, tomatoes over here, with the automation to make sure only cut tomatoes come out and not tomato sauce. And then on the left, we have single olive toppings. There's that teleporter from the plated lettuce. Next, we need the 2 topping combinations. So over here, we're adding onions and olives. Then that teleporter 3 is bringing over the tomatoes to add to the olives. Then on this side, we have the tomatoes coming over, and then we're chopping more onions, so we have the tomato and onion combination. And then finally, right here, we have the works. So we have tomatoes, then onions, then olives, creating the final combination. Now for all these combinations, they're popping out on counters, and that's just to show you clearly. However, in the game, you'd probably want freezers here, so you have a bunch of these already made each day. It takes a while to get this whole thing up and running, and that would be good. It also takes having dishes as part of the automation, and so having automated dishwashing that pipes into automatic plating is pretty much required. The other thing is making sure you have enough plates, because all of these counters, conveyors, they take up 1 plate of plated lettuce or whatever is being prepped. And so we need a plate for all those, and then we need to make sure they're not in the middle of the system, but they feed in at the beginning. So we have our teleporter back here to bring the dishes, get them washed. And in the real setup, you might need 2 soaking sinks. I just did 1 here for simplicity. Yeah, so once again, this is the full automation, and let's see how it goes. We'll try it out real quick. So as you can see, this is a big machine, and it takes a second to get things started. So the first day getting this all set up, you're going to have a big buffering time. But again, if you use freezers instead of counters at the end, then the next day will be easier. You just have to worry about those extra plates that will be stored and make sure you counteract that. There you can see lettuce and tomato, lettuce, tomato, onions, the works, lettuce and olives. Over on the other side, we've got lettuce and onion, olive, and then lettuce, tomato, and olive. And once all those are prepared, we have our just simple lettuce. And we're ready to go. You can see from the size of all the delivery areas, we also have kind of a run just to go get them. So trainers would probably be in order here, or a floor buffer to speed things up, or other ideas like that. In this setup, I only have the basic salad ingredients being required, so we won't actually deliver any of those other ones. But you can see how, after I deliver it, the dishes get washed and back into the system. And that's full automation. So the big question, do I recommend you use this in the game? Not at all. There's so much setup and cost to getting this, and then keeping track of where the different salad types are. Once they get ordered, you have to go find them. It's actually pretty difficult compared to just having the ingredients and being able to easily pick them.
In this next part, I want to look at a typical progression from a basic start to partial automation. What I think is the right choice for salad automation. Here's an arrangement I would start with. A couple counters to place chopped lettuce and a couple for chopped tomatoes. That way I can prep both and quickly serve a table of 2. The first thing I would add to that would be a grabber for the lettuce. The lettuce takes longer to chop, so having it partially automated can really help. After that, a workstation to speed up the chopping would be my next purchase. If I only have 1, there are a couple of options for where I would put it, depending on if I'm going to mainly use it for lettuce, or if I'm going to bring everything to it for chopping. Now I'm getting a grabber and a workstation set up for tomatoes as well as lettuce. This makes adding a tomato really fast. In fact, I probably could get away without prepping them at all now. I could just chop one and pick it up if needed as I'm serving. As I start adding mixers, I'll start with the lettuce again. It takes longer to chop, but the main reason is that automating tomato chopping is more complicated to make sure the mixer doesn't turn it into tomato sauce. After my lettuce is chopping itself, I want to pull it off the mixer automatically too, so I always have a few salads ready to go. At that point, I would look at automating tomatoes, which means a smart grabber to get those tomato slices and a bin to dispose of tomato sauce I don't want. Since I don't have a compacting bin yet, I've arranged a bunch of empty counters to place garbage on so I don't have to take it outside to the trash can. Alright, here's what I would consider the final automation of basic salad. Lettuce and tomatoes automatically chopped, tomato sauce going into a compacting bin to keep fresh tomato slices coming down the line, and frozen prep stations to make sure we have several of each prepped at any given time. That was the basic salad, but there's also the salad toppings card, which adds olives and chopped onions as possible salad ingredients too. The olives are nice because you can add them directly to a salad, but since the onions need to be chopped, I've set that up like the lettuce automation. The only difference from the lettuce automation is I'm using a conveyor mixer instead of the rapid mixer with a grabber. This is slower, but saves space and there's only one item to copy and purchase. Depending on how things go, it might even be better to use conveyor mixers for all of the automation lines, at least in the early game. For the tomato line, we just have to push to the bin directly, as we'd still need the smart grabber doing its thing. With all that done, we can quickly make any salad we need without the monstrosity of full automation for every salad combination. That's why I think this is the best salad automation setup. With that, I'll leave you watching as I go through a day with this automation. No one will actually order any salad toppings as I don't have that card yet, but I'll make a few different options anyway. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.